Hey there, Blip here, and today for you guys I have the Mythic Sludgefist Mage point of view video where I'm going to show you how to perform in this fight and really just show you how the pillars are going to look with your combustions and how you want to line up all your spells on this fight. So to start with, I have two disclaimers for this fight, and that is simply that the first one is you're going to be playing Firestarter on this fight. Firestarter is the best talent because it's going to give you the opportunity to combust on pull. Then you're also going to be able to reliably combust on the first pillar when it breaks, which is going to give you the most damage. And as a result, every Fire Mage is playing with Firestarter. Apart from one log, but just ignore that, it's really anomaly. He probably got lucky on his combustions, or he has a really high crit and he can get away with it. Otherwise, make sure you're playing Firestarter. The second tip and disclaimer I want to give you is that the Chinese players have come up with a cool, interesting build for Fire Mage where they're playing Controlled Destruction and they're playing the Imperial Ordnance Trinket. Now, the Imperial Ordnance Trinket is really good for Fire Mage on this fight because it's going to give them a second on use, and that's what the Affliction Warlocks are doing as well. So if you have an Ordnance lying around, it's actually really good for this fight. I recommend playing it. But at the same time, I will say that Controlled Destruction is very RNG heavy. If you get unlucky, you could end up not getting combustion up for a pillar and your guild could miss out on a kill because of that. So sure, if you want to go for rank 1 logs, Imperial Ordnance, use it 20 seconds before he hits the pillar so you get the intellect buff for it. And then the Controlled Destruction Conduit is going to give you the most damage here if you get lucky and don't need the Discipline of the Grove cooldown reduction. But if you get unlucky, your combustion is ruined and your guild is going to hate you for it. So only play that if that's what you want to do. You want to go for those rank 1s and show off. Otherwise, play Discipline of the Grove and play Imperial Ordnance still if you have one. If you don't, a Soul Igniter is good as well. Otherwise, just use whatever other trinket you have. So with that out of the way, let's get into the pool and I can show you exactly how to play this fight as a mage. Now, the first thing I want to point out in this video is I'm going to Pyroblast on 4 seconds and I'm going to use my trinkets on 5 seconds. I'm using my trinkets on 5 seconds here because I want to have them back up again for when the boss hits the pillar, and if I don't do that, I'm not going to have it. So as you can see here, casting Pyro, I'm going to combust with this Pyro because I really want my combustion on cooldown as soon as possible. As you saw, I did my double Fire Blast, double Pyro Blast opener. If you can't do that, don't worry about it, just make sure you're doing your combustion as efficiently as possible. The Priest has given me Power Infusion for this opener to give me a higher chance of getting my combustion back, and then I use my Shifting Power here because I like to chain it in with some hot streaks, but not everyone does this. I've seen actually a lot of the top blogs where they don't do this and they actually just use their Firestarter to Fireball Pyroblast in the boss, and then when this 90% period comes, that's when they use their Shifting Power to gain the most damage, because obviously I don't think you get an extra use doing it my way. I just got used to doing it that way and I preferred it. You find what suits you best, but just make sure you're using your Shifting Power before 90 or after 90%. So as you can see here, I'm chained together. Whenever the slam comes in, you're going to have this AoE around you now. And yeah, you're in a power here, I'm just going to use it on cooldown because unfortunately it's just not going to come up at good times otherwise. So I don't really get much out of it there, but either way, the boss charged in now. I need to soak this puddle on the floor. I'm doing my combustion. My Soul Igniter will come up towards the end here. I'm just going to use it and cancel it instantly to make sure I have it up for the next pillar. Now this phase is over. I'm just going to blink towards the front here because I want to have my Shifting Power up. Just look for my partner, move to them, and now we're using the Shifting Power. You see the Stomp is coming in soon. I'm just going to put Arena Power down, do a bit of damage. Stomp is coming in, just make sure you're spread from your allies, and make sure you leave some space for the melee to come out as well. Yeah, as I said, the rubble, you want to avoid it if you can, but otherwise, don't worry too much about it, because it's not going to be too much of a problem. Now you see the Chain Slam, we had like assigned people always sit at the back of the room and bait the Chain Slam, and we had 4 people go in. So it'll knock back into the rubble there, not big deal as I said, it doesn't do that much damage honestly, so just try and be topped before the pillars get slammed as well, because it's a lot of damage that comes in. So after that slam now, we always tend to move to the pillar after that, so we can get ready for the slam. So I'm going to Fireball and Combust off this one, because I know the boss is going to hit the pillar, and then I'm just going to soak the orbit. Now obviously I'm rooted to my Rune of Power, but I can still move by doing my combustion, so I'll try and soak the 2 small circles. It's very important that you soak the small circles on this, because it's going to make the difference between killing this boss and not. Missing one of those small circle soaks is instantly going to wipe the raid. So again, positioning myself to the front to make sure I can hit my Shifting Power on the boss. Rubble coming in, got it on me unfortunate. Stomp is going to come in a second, so I'm going to spread here. Now I'm going to move back up with my partner because the next thing that comes in is a roar. Chain slams coming in. As a Fire Mage, you never ever want to be baiting the chain because it's just really bad. We need to have as much uptime on the boss as possible, because if we don't, we're just going to miss out on a lot of damage, because if we don't have combustion for the pillar, it's just game over. So here I obviously got knocked back with my partner. Slams coming in. I'm always keeping an eye around myself. I'm always having a look and seeing how close people are to me, and I'll probably move sometimes before stuff comes in to make sure that I'm not going to cause awkward last second movement when the slam comes in. Again, pillars coming up here. As you can see, my Soul Igniter is up for pretty much most of these, because the difference between the pulls is a bit more than a minute, because he has to obviously run in and charge into the pillar. So again, getting quite close to melee here using my shifting power. Bring the powers up. I'm just making sure I'm getting to my partner here. I know Jetty, my partner here, is always towards the back, so I'm just going to move close to him. Now on this pillar, we change our soaking spots. Now your raiders can have different soaking spots to ours. My soaking spot was always on the orange area. You probably, if you watched the video, you've seen I've always been in one corner. On this last pillar, we changed it up because the range always shift towards the back of the room. So where orange is right now, we're in between the raid frames, as you see. That's where I'm going to be soaking next. Oh, we see that was a bit dangerous there. We could have accidentally split, but we paid attention, and Jetty made sure to move closer to me. So we time warped a bit earlier there on 4:10 exactly. Normally that's when we, no sorry, 4 minutes exactly. That's when we last, because then we'll have it up for this pillar. Now Jetty is normally on Moon, so you're going to see I'm going to be out of range of the boss here, but I have to be because his group is responsible for soaking on Moon, so I have to move with him. Combustion's up now. I'm just going to combust. I'm just going to try and help him get in the thing. So we have those people always assigned to soaks at a mark, so it's okay if I'm a bit out here. Boss damage is really important, and as a Fire Mage, you just have to get your damage in as best as possible. So now this is the most chaotic part of the fight. Everything's going on. You can see like there's like no space. I'm just trying to find an open spot here. We managed to get safe there. Otherwise, don't be too scared about cleaving people, but if you're out of space, remember you can just move into the rebel for a second. That will help people out. Again, here we're not good on space at all. I'm just gonna have to soak with my partner. I have no choice. And yeah, we're just killing the boss now. It's exactly everything you saw. You see, we sacrificed the chain there because it's getting a bit hectic now, and having people go in, they would most likely die with all the extra damage coming out. So it's better just to have those two people die and not have the boss gain the energy. Yeah, the boss is about to charge into the wall now. Fight's almost over here, so I'm just going to combust instantly because I know my combustion will be up by the time the boss is dead. Could have combusted a bit earlier, to be fair, but the boss is dead, and that is all that matters, and that is your Mythic Sludgefist kill. There's not really much else to it. It's a really quick and actually kind of a fun fight to progress, in my opinion, because there's not really much to worry about, and it's very quickly done. If you wipe, you know it's over, but any pull can be a kill because the mechanics are really simple, and once you've done the first pillar, it's literally just rinse and repeat. It's a bit chaotic towards the end, but otherwise, yeah, there's not really much else to this fight. Just make sure you have your combustions up for every pillar, make sure you get as much damage into that combustion as you can, and then just rinse and repeat. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be making obviously raid guides for all the bosses in the instance, and yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you around.